That ain't the screen I want. That ain't it either. Okay. That's the screen I want. What is going on, y'all? Not sure where Wes is at. I think he's sleeping again. He's still trying to get used to his hours or some shit. I don't know. I talked to him earlier and he was hyped for the stream, but he was doing some serious work earlier, so I will cut him some slack on that as well. But that's why we have two people, because if one man falls, the other man is there to save the day and stream. We missed a Monday stream, guys, so we didn't want to miss tonight. I had my niece's thing at the high school. She's Future Farmers of America. She did a speech, almost brought her uncle to tears. It was beautiful. She did a great job. Very proud of her. Hauled ass to get back here. Some of you guys might have seen me go live for a minute on in the car, but it was too noisy and shit, so I deleted it. What is going on? What is happening? I take one day off, 1 or 2 shows off, and you guys pump it up past 100K. Can I not chill for maybe a week? You guys got to be freaking animals and pump the markets, man. What is going on? You guys didn't keep it under 100K. I'm waiting for 88K again to buy, and you fuckers won't let me do it. You won't let me do it. You just said no, and you're going to put Camelot's at 350 still. Oh, my God. There's still a lot of potential, you guys. Welcome to the Crypto Remora. I am Sierra Crypto. I'm not doing the intro like Wes does. I'm going to do it my way, which is not as good. But smash the like, hit follow, hit subscribe. We told you about this ETH pump that just came. ETH up over 20% for the day. Looks like Bitcoin had a nice rally. Ethereum is killing it. I think Ethereum is even higher than what I think it is right now. Jesus. Oh, Holmes, what is going on? We got Holmes in the chat. I'm going to hit the overlay up so we can see our beautiful people in the chat. Good God, total global market cap is taking off like a rocket. Oh, M2 global supply continues to increase, playing out perfectly on the offset, he says. Agreed. I am going to share my screen in a minute because you guys have got to look at what I'm looking at over here because this is absolutely insane. Total global market cap is going ballistic right now. Just a quick, we're at 102.8. We're at 102 and climbing. Ethereum's at 2,200. ETH was at $1,500. ETH is up right now 20% in the double digits. Solana up 7%. And that was the name of the game. That was what I was lecturing on the live stream. If you guys missed it, I wasn't going off on anyone in particular, but I was saying that last week when ETH was $1,500, there was big influencers who I respect and love and watched for the last 4 years. Now, he sold his bags because he's impatient. Fine. Good. But it gives off the stigma to your noobs that they should maybe sell their fucking move. You got to be careful, man. Your people are watching. People are watching you. Even if it's 5, 6, 7 people in the audience watching you, you have a responsibility to not fudding bags is your opinion, but to sell when something is down like that is that you're breaking a cardinal rule of investing. You sell when it's high, not when it's down. And it upset me. Love you, Lark. No hate, no shade. I love you to death, but I disagree. And he's not the only one to do it. Cryptos are us. Excuse me. Excuse me. Cryptos are us. Oh my God. I got a bad cough, terrible cough here. Fudding ETH when it's down, telling you to go into Solana. This is the second time I've seen this shit happen, you guys. And normally I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't call somebody out on it. But you know what? I'm in that kind of mood. So yeah, I don't like that. I don't like it. And I don't think that it was a good move. And I think because you're impatient, make that more clear. And Lark did in his defense. I think you should go a step further for your viewers and say, listen, you know, if you just got into ETH or if you got in here or there or whatever, and you know, you're down, maybe it's not best to sell right now. You know, I would over clarify a little bit. If I was going to dump my bags, I think I would over just a little bit to the noobs that watch the channel, just to help them. You know, all they see is, oh, sell ETH, buy Solana. Freaking wrecked. You got destroyed. And that's not throwing shade on Solana, because Solana's up too. Solana's at $163, up 7.7%. Not bad. But I think to let go of an asset like Bitcoin or Ethereum, which are blue chips, Solana is working its way up to a blue chip, but it's not a Larry Fink coin. Larry Fink will be buying Solana, but he will be buying it to sell it to retail. Whereas Ethereum and Bitcoin, Larry Fink is buying to own the blockchain. Larry Fink is on the freaking Ritz. He's on the rampage. He wants all your Bitcoin. He wants all your Ethereum. And you better wake up to that fact, because I don't care if you like Solana more than ETH. The reality of the situation is Solana is still a casino, and Wall Street is going for Bitcoin and Ethereum. They are not going for Solana personally. Yes, they will hold Solana ETFs, but when it comes to the bear market, and when that bear market comes, they're not going to let go of their ETH and Bitcoin, but they're going to hold that for the long term. Solana, they might, I think, is going to get a cycle or two before it really gathers its, you know, gonads. Just my thoughts, man. And that's not throwing shade at Solana. I used Solana, was where I bought my first NFT in 2019, 2020. So I love Solana. This is coming from a Solana user. I use Solana all the time. All the time. I use Solana more to transfer in and out stuff when I need to make a quick flip. I love the guys over at Crypto Twitter. They are my favorite, hands down, my favorite coin on Solana. So I'm not throwing shit by these things. So let's get some perspective here. Let's get shit in order, guys. Let's keep things in reality. Let's keep it real. All right. So Crypto Home says next 30 to 60 days could be life-changing. M2 global supply increasing, July interest rate cut. China starting stimulus. Trump, what he said, I'm saying that. China starting stimulus, a trade deal starting to get announced. Bitcoin 150, 165K by end of July. Good Lord, let's go. Home rampage already. I like to see it. I like to see it. Guys, make sure if you're new, hit the like, subscribe. We do this every week. We show you how to trade. We talk about everything under the sun. Let me close out one of these windows because sucker is starting to act like she wants to lag. Y'all. Oh, shit. Wait a second. Give me one sec. Shit. All right, let's get down to fucking brass tacks here. At what point did we lose control here? Okay, move this over. Give me one sec, guys. The setup on this is a little jacked up, and I'm working on it. I want to bring up something very interesting that I think you guys are going to like. No surprise. I keep an eye on this every week for you guys. This week is no different. Just because we're at 100,000 doesn't mean we change it up too much. On the hauling ass on the upward, which is always a leading indicator for Bitcoin's price. So that being said, why is it moving so slow? I'm sorry, guys. This thing is going stupid low. Just give it a minute. There we go. Okay. All right. So Total global market cap. All right. This is absolutely redonkulous. Can you guys see this shit? Look at this. Try to keep that stupid fucking casino advertising shit up here off the screen because it's so annoying. If I hit that, will it close it? Let's try it. Oh, it's bringing me to the ad. Okay, let's close it. Total global market cap. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Holy shnikes. 3.3. You better wait, asshole. Let's click on it. Let's bring it open. Let's bring it open. How about that ZBEC I mentioned last show, ZBC, and we will pull that up on Dex Screener. I know what it is. That fucking VPN is trying to fucking start up. Damn thing. I hate that shit. Trying to interrupt my damn stream. Guys, if it gets booted, I will jump right back on. If it gets laggy like that and it starts pissing me off and it gets like that, I will jump right back on. So please jump back right on if that happens. I'm trying to avoid that, but if it keeps doing this slow shit, I have to, and then just jump right back on because this is getting a little stupid now. All right, here we go. Pulled up. Total global on the fucking rip. On the rampage. Oh my God, look at this. On the max chart, showing a move on the max chart headed up to this level. This level shows a little concern. Let me zoom in here. Boom. This level right here, I'm going to watch. Okay. 3.7 is the level to watch right here now. 3.8. 3.8. Sorry, guys. 3.8. 3.8. 3.8. 3.792. 3.742. 3.7. Okay. So that leaves us with a window of about $200 billion to watch for, guys. I'm going to watch this. I'm telling you right now, I'm watching this shit. If we get up here, we get up in this zone, I'm going to start watching for a resistance hit. Okay. I'm going to watch for that. I'm not trying to rain on everyone's parade, but let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. We're at 3.3 right now. Okay. So let's keep it real. You're fucking taking off. When you go to that 3 month, I'm sorry, when you go to the max chart, but it's kind of zoomed in, you can see it more. I have to do like this. Boom. You know, this level here, 3.9. That's right at 4. Shit. That's a little more ways to run. But there's a 3.8 right there. Here is a 3.762, which you might as well call 3.8. Here is a 3.8. Here is a 3.8, right? So I'm looking at that as a serious level, guys. That is no joke. We've hit it a couple of times, 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 5 times, and we've not been able to break it, right? And then we came back down. We retested this level down at 2.5, which was fairly low. It was a good cool off, right? And now we're taking our next attempt up at it, but we've gone from 2.5 to 3.5. Yeah, well, headed toward 3.5 in not that long, a couple of weeks. So not exactly what I like to see, a little more sporadic kind of moves, but it's bullish. It shows that money's wanting to come back into the space and whatnot. 3.3 was the level I didn't want to fall below, or I'm sorry, I think 2.8 was the level we were keeping an eye on. Let's pull up Bitcoin and let's look at Daddy real quick. Let's see here. Nice structure going sideways here. West called that shit, man. Didn't think we were going back down. I didn't think we were either. Well, I did. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. I wanted to come back down, and I still kind of think we're going to come back down and touch that EMA, this $88,000 level. I think we still need to come back down here for a minute. I think there's some trading to be done between 93 and 88. Little bit, not much, not much. Probably just a flash in the pan, but you see this gap here. You guys know how I love my gaps, CME gaps. I love trading gaps. These play out, you know. This gap here, everyone thought I was nuts, right? When I said 77,000, everyone said, no, we ain't going there. I said that shit when we were up here. When we were at like 95, I said, nah, we're going back down. And everyone was like, no, Nick, you're wrong. And we did. We went all the way back down. And we hit that level exactly right here. So everyone that was talking shit to me can kiss my ass, because in reality, I called that. When we were at 95 right here, I said we need to go back down to 77. Damn if we didn't. Now I'm telling you right now, this move here is nice. From 76 to 102 is nice. But what happens in the rules of TA? What's that halfway mark? It's below 93. I'll tell you that. It's right here, $90,000. You don't think we could see $90,000 Bitcoin again? You're freaking crazy. You're losing your mind. Keep your mind focused, you guys. Just because we're at 102 right now doesn't mean you can't have that correction. Doesn't mean it's not needed. I mean, look at this shit. This move right here is why I said we need to go to 77. I took from the bottom to the top and I went halfway. Boom. And it's at 87, you know, but a little bit lower than that, you know, is this level here, which we did visit, 84 and all this stuff, right? And then you take in factor with the CME gap and all that. I mean, look, I'm not just guessing these price targets. I'm not guessing, not just rolling the dice and trying to be a bearish Garrett Salloway asshole. Daniel, what is going on? And I'm not trying to be a bear. I'm a perma bull on this asset. I'm just showing you that the ebbs and flows, the way this trades, these whales are greedy. You gotta go full screen for this shit. Daniel, what is going on? Holmes is in the house. Oh, come on, man. What's this thing doing, dude? It's not what I wanted at all. That's not what I wanted. This fucking thing, dude. We're going back to StreamYard, bro. Restream is, the layout sucks, dude. The layout on the bottom of this thing sucks. I don't want this screen. I don't want this screen. Okay, I'll deal with this one. What I'm trying to say, because I wanted to get serious for a minute, is it's not about being bearish. I'm not trying to be bearish. I'm just trying to keep you grounded in reality with these price movements, with the way Bitcoin moves. And a move back down to even my first level would be right here. This would be my first level. 92,000. A potential for a correction back down to 92-ish. Because you have this level here, and then you hit it as resistance here, and then you hit it around this area right here. There's 93. That's a whale blip. And then this whale blip way back here that everybody ignored because it's so tiny at $88,000. This is the whale blip. Let me zoom in so y'all can't see this shit. This is the blip I'm talking about. When I say blip, this is a little mini bull flag that still is going to forever show up on Bitcoin's chart, right? It'll forever be there. But that little blip right there was a whale saying, nope, hold on a second, and readjusting his portfolio. When you got big money like that, you can pause the market. In my opinion, it's a trader. It's, imagine an Elon Musk behind his monitor, you know, trading both sides of the market, putting on longs, putting in shorts. And then he gets retail to pump, and then all of a sudden retail starts getting a little too out of control. I want to go that high, so he'll put in a short, or he'll dump coins that are meant to be dumped, right? Because just because you have bags doesn't mean that's all your bags. You have 10,000 Bitcoin on a ledger, and you can have 3,000 on the exchange. You're hodling 10,000 long term, but you dump 3,000 on there to maybe, and I don't think 3,000 would move the price, probably a lot more than that. Let's say 100,000, 200,000 Bitcoin or something crazy like that, right? That would probably be enough pressure, and you know my math might be a little off on that. So just take granted of salt. I'm not doing exact numbers here, but just for example, You may have a hodl stack over here, and then you have another stack on the exchange because you want to manipulate the price. And they do this shit, man. And they say, oh, well, everyone thinks everything's manipulation. Well, it is. Okay. Everything is manipulation. Manipulation in one way or another. Sometimes it's good manipulation. Sometimes it's just regular manipulation. Sometimes it's just natural, but it happens. So this right here, I believe, is a whale blip. This little thing. You can't even see that shit. Let me blow this up. I hate Restream. It's really pissing me off. All right, this right here, guys, this is the whale blip I'm talking about. And this is zoomed in, okay? This is zoomed in big time. So when you zoom out, you won't even see it. You know where this is on this screen? It's like here. It's this little blip on this line right here. You can't even see it. You'd have to go to the 1 year chart. And it's right here. That one we were just zoomed in is right here, 88,637. It's a point of control is what it is, okay? I call it a whale blip. It's for me, it just looks like a maximize. That's how you do it. Fucking stupid. No, I don't want to maximize. What if I don't want to maximize? I can minimize, customize. Oh, that'd be nice if I could actually. Oh, geez, Louise, dude. Right there, size, names, reset changes, minimize the view. Okay, customization beta. I did that. Oh, shit. No, that's not what I want. Guys, I apologize. This is a lot harder to use than the Restream's a lot harder to use than the other. After a short correction, the M2 global supply is showing an epic pump from 98K to about 115 or so. After a short correction, I'm interested to see what you're saying, Holmes, because if M2 is showing that a short correction is in store for us, that would almost signal to me, what the fuck is this view? Who would want to see this view ever? Oh my God. Like, who would ever do this? I don't want this. This is retarded. Bro. Oh my God. Stupid. Let's do that. Oh God. Try that. I'm sorry, guys. What I'm saying is this whale blip right here, okay, is a point of control, I believe. And you hit it right here is 90,000 right here, right? You hit it again right here, 90,000. How much trading has happened in there? Not a whole lot. So between down here at 84,000 and 93,000, that's a $10,000 range. And in between this range of 67,000 and 90,000, to be honest with you, this is probably going to be our bear market. This is going to be our bear market range for after this run, I believe. Our bear market will be in this range because look at how high we skipped above this range. You had a little bit of trading here. Boom, boom. Market makers are going to want to come back down to that range at some point, but that's not the range I'm focused on right now. That's a super bearish range. The short-term bearish range I'm looking at is 88,000 to 93,000, which is 93 is here, 88 is here. That's a very tight range. Nonetheless, it's a range that has not been traded. In here, there's no touches. There's no candle touches, no PP touch in here. So, and then you just had this massive run, right? We had this massive run. What happened? Bam, we came all the way down here. So if you're telling me that after this run, we could never come back to Nick, we'll never go to, we could never go to, what the fuck is this? This is 85. This is 93. So 85, 86, 87, 88. That's right at 88, you guys. I'm not coming up with these numbers off the top of my head. I have there's a theory to my madness, and I've been right more than 75% of my calls over the last 6 months with this shit. I'm not a good trader, but I can call these levels very well. That's my strength. Take it and do with it what you want. I'm not the greatest at telling you when they're going to hit. I just know that I can identify the levels and say there you have I'll give you good percentages on the chance of likelihood of it hitting. And I'm not being bearish, but I don't see. I want to see the RSI. Let's look at the volume. You know, I'm happy for the pump on the rain on anyone's parade. I'm really. Let's look, man. RSI. Let's see what we got. Let's go with our basics. Okay, so now you could be getting to that point where you're at where's the fucking thing? Just guys, help me out here. Where do you find this bitch? Okay. All right. Well, let's see what this line is right here. Let's measure that move. Call that the bottom. Nice move. 9.99. Not bad. Not a bad move. 99,000 is short-term correction, back around to 100,000 for this move. This is on the 1 hour. I'm on the wrong chart. Hold on. This is what I wanted, I think. Yeah, this is the move I wanted right here. Let's keep an eye on this, guys. Okay. Still 10% move from there on the 4 hour. Small bounce. I don't know. Holmes, let me pull the chat back up here because you were saying after a short correction, the M2 global spot have to head out. See you later, Holmes. Yeah, it's lagging bigly. That's not good. I'll talk script on you. He explains about 15 minutes. Okay, back. The lag was so bad, my comments are all out of order. Yeah, I noticed that, and I don't know what the hell's going on with that. I think what I'll do is I'm going to close this other browser and see if we can do it on the same browser and see if that helps, because it may. It may help. Let's see here. I'll bring this up. You guys can see my screen. Hopefully the lag is not as bad either. I do want to look at some altcoins. ZBEC, ZBCN, we'll look at that too. Peanuts having a nice move. 44% on Peanut. Pangu's up around a penny again, but a good 22% move. DMT getting a nice move, 41% in the last 24 hours. It was down so freaking bad though. So that's, I mean, $11 DMT is still cheap as all get out. NPC around a penny. GPU down at freaking 42 cents. There's still a shit ton of coins to buy at good prices right now. Some of the base coins getting a bounce, thank God. Virtual Protocols 46%, 24 hours, 53% on Vader. I like to see that. That's good to see. Let's look at Cardano, just a brief overview of Cardano coins. Hosky and SNEC up 20% on Hosky, 13% on SNEC. We'll see what the hype is doing. Yeah. The little motherfucking blockchain that could. $23 on hype. Everything around the 20% mark except for hype itself on that. ZBCN, I think is what it is. ZB. Let me scroll up, Holmes, because I know you put the ticker up there. Where's it at? ZBEC, ZBCN, yeah, ZBCN. Let's see here. $150 million market cap. This looks like the one you're talking about, I believe. 24 hours. I don't know why I haven't already added this shit. This should be added to the list so that we can keep an eye on it. This has got to be it. I don't want to invert it. I want to add it. It's already on my watch list. It's on my Solana watch list. Boom. Okay. All right. So let's see here. Let's go to the 4 hour. Yep. Getting to move up. This was my last price target for the breakout. It's all crooked and shit. Let me straighten that line up some. Can we keep it ballpark? Nice sideways, then up. Nice flagging out a little bit. It's still a little more sideways. But some nice movement on it. Yeah, sure. Sideways forever on this chart, though. 4 hour. Let's go to the longer one here. Let me zoom out on the monthly. Jesus Christ. Is that a wick or is that's my line? Okay. Still, though, still a massive wick up to here. That was nice, dude. Yeah. Mentioned that last show. You certainly did. That had a hell of a run, dude. Hell of a run. Congratulations on that. That's a nice one. You're still bullish. I mean, you're still, I would look, you want to close above this level here. You definitely want to close above that level and bounce on it particularly. That would be the line in the sand for me to play it safe. And like I said, I'm a little bit skeptical about this run. I'd like to see a ZBCN do that right here. Let me move. You broke up, you went up, you came back down, you're right here. Should close. I think it's already too late to have that candle close. Well, this is the monthly, so no, it's not. Let's go to the daily. Let's look at that. Look at that. That's actually beautiful right there. That's a nice little bounce. Yeah, dude, good structure on this on the daily, man. Flagging out a nice, beautiful move up, right? Bullish pin bar right there. Beautiful bullish pin bar right here, right? Flagging down. This is the shapes I like to look for, man. This is beautiful, actually, because you're getting a flagpole that actually looks like a fucking flag for once, guys. That shows me, if anything, that the bull market's coming back. When you see a nice thing like this, and then it comes down a little bit, and then goes up like that, right? Goes up, and then comes down a little bit like that, and then just keeps going. That is textbook bull market freaking pump moves, man. I didn't mean to draw that one. That is textbook bull market movement. When you see that shit, that's fucking healthy. That is a sexy chart, actually. I like that. You cooled off your indicator here and kind of going back up. This all really is going to depend on Bitcoin too, guys. So let me I like ZBCN. I want to look at the other one. Moonwell on base, making a killing on turbo. Nice. Congratulations on that, Holmes. That's good win. Moonwell on Cardano. Moonwell. Why don't we have that added here? We need to have that. I'll tell you what, man. Holmes makes some pretty damn calls. Pretty damn good calls. This is probably not what you're talking about, because this is... Oh, no, you said base, right? I'm sorry. Moonwell on base. This is probably at 27 million market cap. Moonwell flagship ETH. Let me know if that's the one. I'm going to add it anyway, because I think that's what you're talking about on base. But guys, if you're new, if you're subscribing, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Teaching you how to do some basic stuff right now. I'm kind of looking at coins right now because Wes isn't in here, and we're just kind of shooting the shit, having fun. But normally we have a little more structure on what we're talking about. I don't know where Wes is. I talked to him earlier. He was supposed to be on stream with me tonight. I talked to him 5 hours ago. He may be sleeping, moonlighting. I don't know. I'm hoping he just crashed out. He did go from getting up every day at 3:30 in the morning to now transitioning to working. He's not in the kitchen anymore. So he's not working the stupid hours that he was working, but he's been doing that for like 4 years. So your body gets used to certain shit and going to bed early. So I can't hate on the man. He's done it for 4 years. He's only had 2 weeks trying to change his time, and I'm not going to give him a hard time on it. I'm going to, you know, we decided to move the channel and the stream later on purpose because we always wanted to do that because this is more prime time for people getting off work and shit. But Wes, unfortunately, was having to get up so freaking early that it really messed his sleep schedule up. Because before that, he was man, he was a late night guy like I am, and then he went full on early. Well, 1.6 million is it? Holmes, are you in? Tell me you're not playing around with a $1 million market cap on base. Fucking love you, man. You're a fucking degen after my own heart. There's no way this is what you're talking about. Ticker well. That's what I got on base. You fucking degen. 1.6 million? Really, Holmes? This is just the kind of shit you want us to show the viewers? Let's go, dude. You want to do some degen shit? I'm down. That's fine. Let's get nuts, dude. Right? Let's get nuts. Is this it, Holmes? Is this the one you're talking to me about here? Well, on base, I'm looking at Cardano and shit. This one here, not Moonwell flagship. That's not the one you wanted. I'm going to remove that. Go to watch list and hit remove by clicking off of the base. And I'll go back to my watch list. Guys, you're going to get a crash course in learning how to use Dex Screener. So I got all my blockchains up here, and then when I want to add a coin from there, it's, you know, I click on my blockchain base. For this one, we already added well, so it's already there. Is this the one you're talking about? 109 million? Okay, 109. You're not that much of a degen. Good. 109 million. Why the fuck is it not coming up, bro? Let me try capital letters, see if it doesn't. That's one thing I don't like about this shit, man. Tickers need to be a little bit more organized on blockchain, bro. You said 109 million market cap. Okay, this is well. This looks like it's on Polkadot, though. Or is it Polkadot? Glimmer? Glimmer's Polkadot, I think. It's 1.6. That ain't right. See, these copycat motherfuckers, man. 109. 109 right here. There we go. That's the one you want. That's what we want. It's wrapped ETH. Well, USDC 109 million. Bam. That's the pair we want. So base. There we go. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. See these sneaky bastards? I hate that they do that shit because then they get people clicking on the wrong fucking coin, people buying the wrong shit. All right. I believe this is it. Well, USDC. On Aerodome on base, which I've used, Aerodrome or whatever. I've used it before. Oh, rounded bottom here. Coming up. Where'd you get in? You probably got in down here, you sneaky bastard. Good job, Holmes. Good win on that, buddy. What'd you say? Moonwell price 0.325. Yeah, this is it. This is it. This is the daily. Let me zoom out for a minute. Let me just look at the weekly. What the fuck? What in the hell is going on with this thing? I hate when this shit does this. No, I'm out of the. It's all out of whack, guys. Hold on. Damn it. It's being laggy as fuck right now. Tell Wes Dalton says hello and hope everything's going all right. Dalton, I will say that for sure when I talk to him, when I hear from him, which will probably be tomorrow. Okay, whatever. Let's see here. What in the fuck is this thing doing, dude? I mean, I'm gonna have to come back to that one, Holmes. I'm sorry. That chart is acting stupid. I'm not messing with it right now. I do want to look at some Solana stuff real quick while I got you guys on here. Crypto Twitter, 13%. Now this is the one I wanted to look at. Of course, it's getting a pump because everything's pumping. But you want to talk about the entry of the century? The entry of the century is right here. The entry of the century is right here. Okay. I'll even move this shit up, dude. I'll move this one up. Boom. Entry of the century. I still think this coin goes here too. Do it like this. Bring it up to that point right there. Bam. Kind of almost hit right there. Almost. If you could get picky, you could go right here. I hate that though. But see, look at this shit, man. I know this looks scary as shit. You're like, oh, Nick, why would you even mess with this? Remember I was telling you about the floors on the elevator. This floor has already been bought up. This floor has been bought up a little bit. This floor has been bought up. This floor had a little bit of buying. But look at this shit, dude. This thing is down. But I don't think that this project's going anywhere. They literally do a live stream every single day. Spaces every single day. So you had a little move right here where it was getting ready to. So the entry of the century for this coin, I'm still holding. I did not sell my crypto Twitter, nor do I plan on selling it right now at all, any way, shape, or form. If anything, this is the opposite of what the other influencers tell you, right? You know, if an influencer is telling you that they like a project and the project's priced down here, which is really low, I'm not going to lie. This is really low, right? I mean, you're even below these lows. There's no, you can't hide that, right? But if they tell you to sell here, like, let me make the arrow bigger. Sell here, right? On a project that you like. If somebody is telling you that, that's just stupid, retarded. Like, you don't sell there, okay? What you do is you buy there because this is the absolute low point. And if you have any faith at all in this project returning to any level at all, and I'll say this level right here in between these two bars, right here in between these two bars is, like I said, this elevator floor has been traded a lot, right? So your market makers in there, whoever they are, it might just be one or two people being the market makers, but they've traded this level quite a bit. So they own that level. The next level would be here, which has had some trading, you know, and then you've got up here. So in my opinion, when this thing runs, I think it's going to skip over this level. I think it's going to take the elevator straight back up. And I think it's going to come up here. And I think this is going to be your next level of resistance here. I think you're going to have to get above this to maintain your uptrend. This is the level I'm watching, this downtrending level of resistance. But I do not think in any way that you're going to poke around and dick around in this forever, because you've already done a lot. You did a little bit of it here. You need some of it here, right? You might poke around the top of this level a little bit and then come up and then go up. But I'm looking for that move there, and let's measure it. You know, I'm not going to dump a shit ton of money in, but I'm looking at a move right here where if I'm going to get into something on Solana, it's going to be something that the guys are doing. That's a 670% move. That ain't nothing to shake a fucking stick at, guys. That's a potential for a nice run right there. 600% run. Do what you want, man. These guys stream every day, have a spaces every day. I'll probably hop in there coming up this week. I haven't been on there in a while, but I love the guys over there, and just the mere hard work to go and do that every single fucking day is enough to make me want to support what they're doing. But I think that potential, and that's the entry of the century right now. And people could FUD me for saying that. Oh, well, Nick, you're shilling it because you hold it. Yeah, I do hold it. Yes, I am in a liquidity pool for it, and I like these guys. But I do think, like I said, You buy low and you sell high. If it's something you like, you don't want to buy the shit up here. You don't want to buy the shit up here, right? No, you want to sell a little bit out here, sell a little bit up here if that's what you're going to do. But you don't want to sell down here, you know, unless you have to pay your bills or some shit. I mean, if you're that much of a degen like me, you know, sometimes you have to do that. But no, entry of the century, bro. I'm not going to overdwell on it. But yeah, this is what I'm looking at on Solana. If I buy anything on Solana, that will be what I am going to scoop. And I just explained to you why I'm going to scoop it, because it's super low. Pudgy Penguins token, 23%. Biggest runner is Peanut. Good for Peanut. Little Fred coin coming back, 34%. Let's look at Fred. Those of you who didn't know, I caught Peanut and Fred. Made a good little chunk of change on both of those, and then tried to go in like a degen a little harder, and kind of dropped the ball when we had that massive crash. So I didn't really lose on that one, but I should have taken more profit when it was up. But it's good to see Fred's not dead, man. Fred's doing something. She's doing something good. Good to see. I mean, it's going to take a lot to bring it back to where it was, but good to see that it's getting a little bit of a move. I mean, this thing did get slaughtered right here. Cheddar Bob, what is going on? Cheddar Bob in the motherfucking house, bro. I'm telling you, finally working days and have to wake up early. I'm done by 10:30 now. I used to be up till 4 a.m. No problem. I feel your pain, Wes. Arb made a nice move. I was getting ready to look at Arb, Cheddar Bob. Holmes, take it easy, brother. Have a good night, man. Sorry about the lag in the beginning. It's just one of those things until we get back in the rhythm of doing primetime hours. But the West Coast homies, Cheddar Bob, I believe, is West Coast home. It's only 7 o'clock there. It's 10 here on the East Coast. Let's look at ARB, man. Let's pull up some ARB. Let's look at ARB. I saw DMT's move. Why the heck would I remove? I just never added ARB on this. DMT, you know, but I'm like 41% move, but I'm like, God, man, I remember when DMT was like $150. So for me, DMT at $11 is still a steal. Still a steal. Still a hell of a deal. Let's look at Arbitrum, man. Why is ARB not on this list? No excuse for that. No excuse. I love it. If you type in Arbitrum, the first thing comes up is ARB USDC on fucking Solana. Come on, man. I love Arbitrum, bro. And it's still my favorite layer 2. It always will be. But I've said this before, and I will say it again. I believe Larry Fink is purposefully keeping this fucking governance tokens price down because he is fucking scooping this bitch. He wants all retail to drop it and call it shit, call it garbage. Look at that move. You're right, man. I mean, that's the 4-hour. Look at that fucking move. Bam. Somebody's buying that motherfucker, right? Somebody's buying that shit. Those of you who don't know, I did get the airdrop. I believed wholeheartedly in it, and I farmed every dollar I could. I got a good, healthy airdrop, something around 2,000 coins. Had to sell because of life events. Look, it happens. It's what it is. But I didn't get in this game to hold invisible tokens, even the ones that I believe in. I got into this game to change my life, and I had to sell to change things in my life. So that being said, that doesn't mean I don't want every single one of those 2,000 back. I will have them back. I'll buy them back. And I would be buying them back lower because I sold them up here. The majority of them up at a decent price. So, yeah, I mean, dude, I still think Larry Fink is fudding Arbitrum because he's buying it up. Everyone says it's a worthless governance. It's not worthless. You're voting on, you get the more Arbitrum tokens you hold, you get to vote on the future of the blockchain. That's not worthless at all. If it's the number one layer 2 in all of Ethereum, and it gives you rights to control the future of it, hello. What happens when you have these elections and you have millions of people giving $50 each to politicians and their marketing gets more powerful, right? So it has influence. So The number of dollar bills that go toward a politician has an influence over whether politician wins. Just like the number of Arbitrum tokens that someone owns, those count as a vote. Each ARB token you have counts as one vote. So if you have a shit ton of Arbitrum tokens and they go to vote on the blockchain, the DAO goes to vote on something, and you own the majority stake of the Arbitrum tokens, and something comes up and say, hey, do you want to do this or do you want to do this? What's your vote? You know, you don't think that that's valuable? That's fucking valuable, okay? It is valuable. It's just not valuable right now. And the price action doesn't equal what the value of it truly is right now. And you can say, well, Nick, you're saying the market's wrong? Yeah, I am. Yes. Market is wrong about Arbitrum. So that's the easy way to say that. Yeah, Cheddar Bob, I agree. Good price move. Looking for a bounce. If I was going to say you're going to bounce to the upside here, your bounce to the upside would be around 67 cents coming back up from this move, I'm saying. Let's see here. Let's go to the monthly chart. Let's spread this out a little here. Boom. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. All right. So we got a nice falling wedgie, too. Nice falling wedgie. You think that was a breakout? You ain't seen nothing yet, dude. Very significant level right here, too, guys. I'm going to draw some. Being I don't have West, I'm going to do my basic stuff, my basic TA. Support and resistance, which I wholeheartedly believe in. That's a major level. Remember, if you guys are new, you're tuning in, please hit like and subscribe. I enjoy the how-to stuff. I enjoy teaching beginners because it's just more fun to teach beginners stuff. And I don't have to be a super whiz to be super duper smart. If you're a beginner, I can teach you something that I didn't really grasp in the beginning of investing. When it comes to TA, technical analysis, it's very simple. People overcomplicate it, and you don't have to. What I always tell people is, you got lines here, right? You got lines. These are candle bodies. That's just the price, up and down. Red means down, green means up. Very simple. This is your price. This is your time. There's nothing. You can make TA as complicated as you want or as simple as you want. This is time, and this is price. These candles show you the direction at this time, where it went, up or down. If it went up on this date, it went up. It just shows you what the price movements were. That's all technical analysis is. It just shows you what the previous price movements did on different time frames. So we're looking at the monthly chart. So each one of these candles represents 1 month. So this is a longer term trend here. This is since 2023, right? But when you're looking at these longer term trends, you can see these levels that, if you were to draw a line, if I said, I'll give you $10,000, if you can draw a straight line, perfect straight line, I'll give you $10,000 for every line or candle that touches that line. Where would you draw that line? That's how I teach people to do TA. Would you draw the line here? Would you say, well, I'm going to draw it here? Would you draw it here? No. Why would you draw a line there? Because that's only got one touch, right? 1 or 2 touches. You'd make 30 grand. But if you drew the line up here, right? Let's see. You could count them. I would say even if you drew it right there, you would have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100,000, $110,000 right there if you drew this line across right here. If you drew the line here, you'd have 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120,000 right here if you drew that line right here. And if you drew it here, let's say here, you'd have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So really, this is your most significant level. The level, I say that I'd give you $10,000 for every candle it touches. That's just to train your brain to see where the levels are, guys. That means you know, oh, you get 10,000 because the candle touched that line, that line, that line, that line, that line, that line. So that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110. I want to bring it a little lower so I could get that candle touch too. That's 120 right there. Bang. So that would be I would say if you're going to give me $10,000 for every time that line touches a candle, I would draw my line there. So what is the significance of drawing your line there? Well, that shows you that's a major level. Okay, because it's touched that level so many times. That means it's a huge level for where people either buy or sell Arbitrum tokens over the last since 2023. So you can use that as your starting point. That's what I always do. I always say, do that. Find the line where it touches the most, and that'll show you where the most trading is happening around. That'll give you your support or resistance line. Right here, it bounced, and then fell below it. Then it used it kind of as resistance, broke above it. You didn't really bounce here. You fell below it. It became resistance here again. Now you're way below it, right? So in my opinion, this token, the next run up, because you got a falling wedge pattern, which is also a bullish pattern. Whenever you see this wedge, it looks kind of like a knife coming down. It's a falling wedge. That's a 70% potential for a breakout to the upside. If that were to happen, this is the move I would expect, or the next level. Let's just call it the next level would be this line. This is the line because that's the most important. Now there's other lines you would get less, touches, but they're still significant, right? So I would draw, what's called a zone, because below it is a couple touches, right? You got this. So let's draw this line here, and you could even lower it a little to get a couple more of these bad boys, right? That's quite a few. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80,000. That's that's a couple of touches right there. If you brought it lower, let's see. It's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So you got even more right there. So now you got more touches at this line than you did where it was up here. So I would say, okay, those are kind of two important levels. And then I would say that this would be the next most important level, would be here, because you had a fat candle and it stopped up here. Right. So you get your lines first when you're doing TA. Get your basic support and resistance lines first. Those are my levels I'm looking at. Maybe a potential another one here, but you don't want to keep drawing and drawing and drawing and drawing. You don't want to overdo the shit, right? Now what are we looking at? Okay, now we're looking at something a little significant now. Now we're saying, okay, we got some levels. And once you see the levels, you could treat them like elevator floors, right? This is the basement. This is the first floor. This is the second floor. This is the third floor, just like in a building. So, what happened was you came down here, you bounced, and then you fell through, right? And then you landed right perfectly on it. Then it's acting as resistance. When it's trying to get above it, it's acting as resistance. Then you crashed up right through it. Boom. And then this line was resistance, came back down. Now you're using this as resistance, right? Fell below it, used it as resistance, come up, used it as support. Very, very manipulated trading on this coin, by the way. But what I would look for now would be, okay, these are your levels you need to break. You need to come back above this one. But this is where I would look for some resistance, right? Because you had resistance here. You had resistance here. So this is the level I look for, a little bit of resistance, not a ton, but that would be the move. But again, you want to buy low and sell high. If you're right here, what kind of move is that? Even if you go up there, that's 100% move. So would I buy Arbitrum right now at 36 cents? Absolutely. Your first level is still 106% gain. Why would you not? I mean, if you believe in the project, is this a good entry for yes, this is a good entry, and that's a smaller side. Let's take it to the next level. If we were to go to the next level, that's 231% move. Okay. Now let's go up to the third level from here. If you were to go all the way up to the third level, what kind of move is that? 430%, 435% gain. That's not even breaking this level, right? That's not even breaking it. Just going up to it is 435% move. You do what you want. Cheddar Bob says, I went in strong at 30 cent under just in case, still holding the airdrop too. Cheddar, you're a fucking stud. You're an absolute stud. And you know what? There's not a day that goes by that I don't cry that I don't still have my Virgin tokens that got airdropped to me. Breaks my heart because I'm such a fan of Arbitrum. It hurts me that I had to sell it. I'm physically hurt, but I will buy them back. I will get them back. So, but yeah, dude, just some TA on that, bro. I mean, it's a governance token that some influencers are going out there saying it doesn't do nothing. There's no need to hold it. There's this and that, blah, blah, blah. I am not buying that bullshit. Look, if Larry Fink is building Buildle on there, all right, let's just type it in. Let's Google this shit real quick. Just y'all don't think I'm playing, right? Larry Fink Buildle. What's it called? Buildle. B-U-I. Buildle, I think. Search instead for Larry Fink Buildle. Get the fuck out of here. BlockRock's Buildo expands the Solana. No way. Get the fuck out of here. That's actually good for Solana. I'm not gonna. Buildle, yeah. B-U-I-D-L. What a dick spelling. Traditional money market funds which serve as short-term places to park cash and earn yield. Combines it with the ledger and payment properties of blockchain. Crypto-savvy investors can park their Buildle funds now on 7 blockchains, including Solana. Okay, let's go Solana then. All right. Okay, I see you. Buildo originally launched on Ethereum, but has since expanded to multiple blockchains, including Aptos, Arbitrum, Avalanche, Polygon, and most recently Solana. That's pretty impressive. I did not know that. I did know that they were on Arbitrum. I did not know that they were trying to play this game here. But I will say this, out of all of these blockchains, Polygon is shit. Optimism is too hard to fucking use. Avalanche has got a stupid name because nobody wants to see their money crash and fall. Aptos is okay, but it's in the SUI realm. So shit, in my opinion. Solana's okay. I like to use it. Aptos is a little under Solana. I think it's going to run harder than Solana. I think Aptos will have more gains than Solana on this bull run. Arbitrum, though, is the most reliable out of all these. Arbitrum has got the most TVL, I think, than all of these. I'm pretty sure TVL Solana versus Arbitrum is not even close. Let's see. TVL on Solana versus Arbitrum. Shit. DeFi Llama. Well, Solana's got. See, I don't know. That's not reading that very well. I don't want to see active addresses. I want to see TVL, not bridge TVL. $31 billion total bridge. 31 billion, 11 billion on. Okay, well, all right. So Solana's doing some shit. Solana's doing some good shit. I don't know. You know, sometimes when you're looking at these stats too, you got to take them with a grain of salt. I guess when I'm not hating on Solana, guys. I love Solana. I'm just saying that the reason Solana has so much bridge is because of the gambling casino coins, right? Whereas Arbitrum has gambling coins, but it has protocols that do a lot more shit. That there's real money over there. There's real DeFi being used over there. Not so much on Solana. People are sending money to Solana, but they're gambling on shitters. Not to say that it doesn't have some good apps too. It does, but there's better apps on Arbitrum, in my opinion. Just saying. But yeah, dude, this is definitely gearing up for a move. Cheddar Bob, if you got in at 30 cents and you're holding the airdrop, you're going to fucking kill it. You're going to kill it on this. Just be patient. Arbitrum will have its day. Have stake in the eco for holding that long. You should. You should. Bro, I think I still have that freaking other shit that we got airdrop too, man. I still have a million boner too. By the way, I had to sell a little bit of that shit because I had to pay bills, but I'm still holding a million boner tokens. I'm still holding the other Arbitrum shit meme coins that they airdropped us. I forget what they're called. I'm still holding them though. What was it called? Arb Doge or some shit. I still have that. It's still being staked. Shiba Doge or something. Was it Arb Shiba? I can't remember. It's still being staked somewhere. One of them got closed down, but one of them is still staked. I don't know how much it's worth. Probably not a whole lot, but man, guys, there's still a long way to run for this. A long way to run for everything. This is so not over. This bull run. But yeah, back to the charts real quick, and then I'm gonna hop off because I don't want to stay on here all night. I got a lot of music I gotta make. I have a lot of shows this month, guys. I've got freaking like 11 shows this month. So I've been having to learn new songs and record shit, and I've got some cool shit behind me. I don't know if you can see it. I got my Moog, and I've got a really cool show coming up on the 26th. I'm playing somewhere where Cat Williams may be performing at the venue. What I'm saying, I'm not playing with Cat Williams. I'm saying the same venue I'm going to be performing at is a venue that Cat Williams may come and do a show at, which is freaking cool, and possibly Dave Chappelle. I'm probably not supposed to be leaking that out there, but I didn't tell you the name of the venue. But if you guys watch and are regulars, I'm sure you could find that information. Probably shouldn't have leaked it, but I can't help it, man. Those guys are freaking legends in their field. I'm just proud to be a part of that theater that I will be performing at, which is freaking cool. So I got to work on some kick-ass music for that. And I'm excited, man. I'm excited for that. Let's just take a gander real quick. Arb Doge AI, that's it. Solana really is a beast, bro. I have nothing but love for Sol and all other real ones. You know, I do. You're right. I shouldn't talk shit anymore. I think I'm gonna have to revert. But you know what, Fink? I don't trust him. He's buying all these chains because it's like a magician, right? A magician, right? What do? They do this here. Let's see if it's gonna work. Probably not gonna work. Magician does sleight of hand, right? Right. I don't want full screen. I just want to maximize this. Right. So a magician does this right here, right? Right. Right. So sleight of hand. But that's what they do with the investing. They'll buy a bunch of shit and get you to pay attention to that hand. And meanwhile, it's in this hand here. So sleight of hand. And they do it. These whales do it. So, Larry Fink bought Arbitrum. He released build on Arbitrum, Optimism, Avalanche, Polygon. So he's like, oh, pick a card, motherfucker. You don't know which one I'm really scooping. I'm just saying, based on the DeFi on Arbitrum, that I think Arbitrum holds more value than Solana because the DeFi is stronger on Arbitrum than Solana. That's what I'm saying. I think the tech is better on Arbitrum than Solana. I think the DeFi works better on Arbitrum. I think it's more reliable on Arbitrum. But I think Solana is a beast with handling fast transactions. I think Solana is a beast at capturing market attention. It's a beast with the meme coins. It's a first mover on the shit coins, the casino. They got NFTs that are awesome. It's easy to use, bro. I have it in my bio. Read my bio on Twitter. I have nothing but love for Solana too, Bob. I do. I love it. I guess what I'm saying is I still feel like Fink is misleading in the fact that all these people are like, oh, Solana. Like, I don't know. I think it's you need to, bro. You need to, Bob. You need to come see me, man, because your boy is getting good. I'm playing a lot of fucking shows, bro. I'll come. We're coming out west too, man. When we make it, we're coming out Vegas, bro. Lost Donkeys meetup. That shit is gonna happen. That shit is gonna happen. Lost Donkeys are having a meetup in fucking Vegas. I've never been to Vegas. Neither is Wes, I don't think. I'm bringing my drummer. I'm bringing Wes. We're having a meeting in Vegas. Lost Donkeys in Vegas for real. See that shit back there? It's visualization. I'm visualizing the fucking meetup. It's gonna happen. So let me pull this up. Let me pull this up real quick. You're on the East. You're in New York, Bob. Have you been to Vegas before? Yeah, I know. You can't look at the founders and tell me Arb's going to fit. Arb's a fucking beast. I know. Arb is going to. That's why I said, man, they're keeping the price low and shit. They're fucking scooping it, bro. Fink is scooping Arb on the low, and I know he is. I know he is. That's what it is, bro. I'm just convicted. I was convicted with Arb in the beginning. I told Wes, you go back to the first channel. I'm sorry, the video of Crypto Remora. If you go back to the first episode, it's What is Arbitrum? Number 1 episode that we made over 2 years ago before drop. What is Arbitrum? Let's go somewhere warm, Arizona and California. I'm down, dude. I've never been to California, never been to Vegas, bro. That's where I want to go. What the hell was I going to pull up? Yeah, this is what I was going to pull up. Check this out, man. I have not changed my bio. Since I started my Twitter account, I've not changed my bio. Come on, you fuck. Show the screen. Why does it do this shit? Screen share, yes. Maximize. God, that's annoying. It's like, bro, just, you know what I want you to do. Like, show the screen. Read my bio right here. Check this out. CEO of Sierra Entertainment and co-founder of the Crypto Remora, Crypto Education and Entertainment, plus I love user-friendly equals. It's been this way since 2021, I think, or 2022 when I started this Twitter account. December 2021. I've not changed this. You can go back and check it. I love user-friendly equals. What is user-friendly? Robinhood, Arbitrum, and Solana, baby. Those are my top 3. Solana more so than all of them. Solana is the easiest fucking thing to use. That's why I'm bullish on Solana. So, yeah, I was there. First episode, the first bump. Oh, yeah. Let's go, dude. You were there since day 1, man. You were. You've been there the whole time, Bob. And we need to get your ass on the show, man. You are a Remora by definition. But yeah, what is Arbitrum, bro? That, in case you guys didn't know, and Cheddar Bob knows, you know, he knows. Since RIP number 1, I'd like to go. Can you search the oldest? Yeah, you can. Oldest. The Crypto Remora podcast. Okay, this was just a trailer that we made, just making sure we could upload a video. Same thing with this. This is from El Chapo and his son made us a teaser video. And then bam, right here. Episode number 1. What is Arbitrum? Our very first episode was about Arbitrum. And it's not a coincidence because I was already hot on the trail Arbitrum when we were talking crypto more. And I kind of told Wes, I said, we need to focus on Arbitrum. And I said, we need Andrew Saunders on our channel. I said, we need to hang with these guys. We need to get with these guys. And then we stumbled across Lost Donkeys right about episode 5 or 6, I think, with Natimus. Right around here I think we were already into Lost Donkeys right around here, episode 3 or 4. And episode 4, we were already with Lost Donkeys and already holding. So, yeah, on our 4th episode, we were already in. It had Natimus on. Lambo had Lambo on episode 6. Good God, can you imagine? And yeah, dude, look at this shit, man. I mean, we were all about it. We still are. Nothing's changed, man. Fast forward to today, and nothing has changed. I'm not changing my view. And Solana is right there too, because Solana is where I bought my first NFT. I love Solana, Bob. So I'm not trying to down Solana at all. Right? So, yeah, dude. Went on shit scrolling on Twitter right now because I'm still not 100% convinced that this is insane. Let's go time yet, but it's getting close, man. We're getting so close. I would just say that, you know, to hold your horses a little bit, kind of keep your eyes open just in case. Well, somebody on the Remora has been checking out Lily on Cardano here. There it is, Solana, Arbitrum, Robinhood. And I still feel that way, guys. I still feel like that's the top dogs. Used Robinhood to buy Arbitrum. I know. I almost had a wet dream when I heard that Robinhood was listing Arb. I was like, you know what? That's my two favorites are finally coming together. It was like seeing Andrew Saunders and Lambo freaking on a podcast together. Like it's like just the dream team, man. It's kind of like crypto Twitter too. Crypto Twitter and Cook jumping on the same spaces with Shred and all that. It was dope to see those kind of mashups and team ups. When you see a couple, it's like having a couple of your best friends become friends. You know, it's that kind of feeling. That's how I felt when Robinhood and Arb went together, and I still feel like that. And so, yeah, I'm just to clarify, I ain't throwing shade on Solana. I just think that financially with DeFi, I think Arbitrum takes the cake over Solana with DeFi. And the NFTs, I mean, who knows? I don't even know how to make money with those motherfuckers. They just cost me money at this point. But I love them. It's like my comic books and my baseball cards. I have a case of them. They haven't made me any real money, but I love them. That's how I am about my 150 to 250 NFTs I hold. I love them. They don't make any money for me, but I love them. So there's that. Since the rip, bro. Thank you for sticking with it. Oh, you know it, man. You know it. When I told Wes when we were going to do this, bro, we both said this is a long-term goal. We know, you know, I still need to get over 1,000 followers on my Twitter. I'm at 897. Lost a couple followers because, you know, the market's been down and shit, and that happens. Our YouTube page is, you know, we need to get. I think we're 200 away. You know, 839 subscribers, guys. You need to get over 1,000 to be considered to be monetized. And it's like we're this close, man. You know, 200 subscribers away. Like, yeah, we need to blow up, man. We need to blow up, and we're so close. And it'll happen because, you know, we stick with it. I do have faith that it'll happen. It's just it's a matter of perseverance, and it's not easy to do. It takes a lot of work to do it. And that's why I told Wes I only wanted to stream once or twice a week, bro. There's no way I could commit to doing an everyday stream and just be insane. And like those guys on crypto Twitter, I mean, they're fucking insane, dude. He is a nut. He's a nut doing his spaces every single day. I love him. I'm just saying he's a freaking nut. And them boys are probably streaming right now. I mean, they're probably on the spaces right now. It's about that time. So Peter's stiff right now. That shit was funny. So yeah, I mean, I guess what I'm gonna do, I will look at Bitcoin one more time. I said I was gonna jump off after this. I'm gonna look at it one more time. No, I got to look at it one more time. Shout out to you guys viewing right now. Please hit the like, subscribe button. I do appreciate it. Active daily comment on Bitcoin accounts to get your followers up. Yeah, I need to do that. I just, you know, I'm just so in my head. It's with Twitter. I get on there and you know, first of all, having too many chats is a problem. I can't concentrate. The only thing I can do with that is I have to go, I barely go into the messages anymore because I don't have the time to do it. And I do for the boner chat. I pop in there to say good morning. I'll pop into crypto Twitter every now and then. But those are the only two chats besides the crypto or more chat that I actually actively engage in. And when I go on Twitter, I was on there every day. I was obsessed, and I had to kind of take a break. Then I've been kind of attacking Facebook with the music thing. So the music has taken over a lot of my time recently. But I'm a musician. That's part of who I am. So it's an important part of my life too. But it's getting time to fucking lock in again. And so I will be locking in a lot more. And I'm sure Wes is too. Wes and I talked for about 30 minutes today, and we had that talk where, the next goal is to look at this shit. This view. That's not the all right, whatever. I'll have that view. Our goal is to he's like, bro, I can stream every night, a little later, 8, 9, 10, and then he's falling asleep. So once he gets used to his scheduling and his hours, we're going to be okay. And I like this better anyway. I like streaming a little later. The views are up higher than when we stream too early, because I think people just, they're still at work and shit. And then, no one wants to watch a repeat. I know I don't want to watch repeat. There's certain people I will watch a repeat video. And then there's certain people, if they're not live, I won't watch them. Like if I scroll on YouTube and it says, oh, he's live right now, I want to see live. I want to see what's going on right now from that person. So if I'm like that, there's probably people out there too. My OCD gets the better of me. Most times I start doom scrolling stupid videos. I hear that. Yeah. I just, especially in May, I got a lot of shows booked in May. So I'm going to be very, very busy this month. Plus Mom's house, dude. Mom passed away last year. I'm dealing with the probate and fucking court and lawyers and fucking HOA lawyers and taxes and insurance, bro. Like shit that I never even knew existed. I've had to deal with after Mom died. And it's just been insane this past year, bro. It's been very hectic. And so that's why it's been and for Wes too. Wes has major life changes, dude. Wes has been a line cook for fucking 30 years since I've known him. I mean, and he's just shifted his career 2 weeks ago. Like he's out of the kitchen now and he's doing construction type work and he's loving it. He's like, not construction, but he's doing he's overseeing properties. So he gets to drive around and go to these $500,000 houses, and he's doing cool shit that he loves. He's not trapped under pressure constantly. It's he's so happy, and I'm so happy for him, bro, because the kitchen was sucking the soul out of him. He's in there, insane hours. I'm talking 3:30 in the morning till fucking 10 at night, just stupid hours. They were overworking him. So I'm very happy for him. He's in a good space as far as that goes. And so we're just going to wait till he levels out, get his equilibrium good. And likewise with me too. I got to get through this month with all the shows and shit. But yeah, it is getting high time to lock in. Look at the little ETH that could, man. Look at the little ETH that could. All right, I'm just going to give price targets, and then I'm going to hop off, even though we're still pumping. Having a little bit of a correction. Hold on a second. All right, let me see here. This is what I'm guessing. This is what I'm guessing right here. I still see 88,000. I know nobody want to hear that shit. I know nobody wants to hear it, but nobody wanted to hear this shit down here either, and we went there. I called that. What a hell of a call, too. Not tooting my own horn, I'm just saying. Now, just because I say it would be healthy to go there doesn't mean that that's what's going to happen. If they decide the honey badgers time to rip, dude, and we get above this level here, we get back above 105, it ain't going to matter what I say, because that means the honey badgers just like, fuck it, we're going. I don't think that's where we're going yet, though. I think we have one more trade in here. I think we have a trade in between 87 and 93, and I can't shake that. I think we hit that level one more time. I don't know when it comes. I don't know how it comes. Maybe we go to 110 first, 111, and then some bad news comes out, and then we, boom, come down here, right? But I think we hit this level. I can't shake that we hit this level. Just like when we had this move here, we came back down here. Now, it took time, right? We went from here to here overnight, it felt like, right? Boom, moved there. And I was screaming at the top of my lungs when we were up here. When we were here, I said we needed to come back down here. And no one believed me, and everyone said, no, we were going up to – and no, we did. We came right back down where I thought we would. And then when we got there, we had the CME gap, and then we went even lower. So, you know, the same kind of price movement here. When you have this massive fucking run here, it looks very similar to this massive run here, right? I'm expecting the same kind of thing. I'm expecting maybe double top, boom, maybe you come back up, try it again, you don't get above it, and then you fizzle down here one more time, and then we run. So that's a potential. Be prepared for either situation. In case we do continue up and we blast through this, you tell me, Sierra, screw you, you're an idiot. Fine, good, let's make some money. Good. But if not, keep an eye on that. Have a plan either way. That's the best I can tell you to do. Have a plan either way, no matter what happens. That is the best thing that you can do. So price targets. I think we potentially could run as high as 105 and hit our head. My not so bearish bottom would be 98. Let's see. Yeah, 98, because that's a level there. That's the level there. That's the level there. That's the level there. That's all 98, 98, 98, 98. It's a 3-month chart. 98 is my level to watch. 105, I think, is going to be the local top. 98 will be the local bottom, meaning in the next couple of days. Today's Thursday, so I would say by Monday, I think we have a little bit of a rally here, and I think we come back down to 98 by Monday morning. I think that's what's going to happen. I could be wrong, have a plan and set either way, but my call is going to be 98,000 by Monday morning. And then at that level, you know, I'm still bullish on the whole market, guys. I'm still extremely bullish on everything. So don't get it twisted. Do not try to play me. I am a perma-bull on Bitcoin, Ethereum. Even just driving back from the high school, seeing my niece today, I was thinking to myself, and I'm like, I bought Ethereum when it was $75 in 2020. Ethereum's worth $2,200. If I would have had this much of a pile of money to buy what I was convicted in at the time, I'd be fucking loaded right now, because my level of conviction was insane. When I say insane, I mean Ethereum looked shady as hell in 2020 when it was $75. Nobody was talking about Ethereum. I wasn't talking about it. This is way before the podcast. But I was researching it, and I said, and this is right after I just thought, I studied for 6 months stocks, getting into stocks, and I said, I'm going to invest. I'm going to do stocks, and that's what I'm going to do. I thought I was going to do options. Options are fucking impossible, dude. There's too much to fucking think of. Too smart for my blood. But I did all that studying for months and months to learn how to read charts for stocks, not even for crypto. And then I stumbled across Ethereum because it popped up on Robinhood. I said, what the fuck is Ethereum? What the fuck is Doge? Doge was under a penny. It was like 0.0005 cents, right? Bought $50 worth of Doge, doubled my money, thought I was a genius, and then I basically lost out on $64,000. Yeah. I would have made $64,000 in about 5 months if I would have held my Doge. But smart me, right? Oh, I'm smart. I made my $50 on Doge. Okay. Long story short, I studied ETH every day like a hawk and fully convicted into it with the little bit of money I had. I didn't have shit for money. I had working a shitty job, had no vehicle at the time, and walking to work, renting a room in the hood with a real cool guy that I worked with as my buddy. Nice guy. We had good times there. You know, you have some good times when you're poor because what else you got? And but anyway, I was obsessed with making money and learning how to invest. So in my entire room, if you came into my room, you saw shit all over the walls. I put paper all over the walls of charts because I'd take notes and obsess and watch about 4 to 5 hours a day of videos. Then I'd take a nap. Then I'd go to work to my shitty little part-time job, making very little. And I'd walk back home, sometimes in the rain. And I'd, go to sleep, and I wake up again, do it again in the morning. I'd watch YouTube videos and take notes for 3, 4, 5 hours. Then I'd take a nap and go into work. But every day I would hang a new piece of paper on the wall. And I'm going to show you guys those pieces of fucking paper because I still have them. I saved them. All those pieces of paper that weren't hanging on my walls, I saved. And I kept track of every trade. I wrote down every trade. And, trading journal, the whole 9. I did all that shit. And I had all the stocks, and I was like, this is it. I know what I'm doing. I'm doing stocks. I'm doing up. And I was like, what the fuck is ETH? Started studying ETH, sold everything, sold all my Uber stocks that were precious to me at the time. You got to think this was 2020. I was like, Uber's going to be, this is it, man. This is the future. All this is the future, Lockheed Martin. I was in Lockheed Martin and Uber and Raytheon, and I think Raytheon, a couple other military stocks. And I was just obsessed with my stocks. And then when I saw what ETH was, and then COVID was announced, we had that crash Black Thursday. I was like, this is it, dude. I sold all my stocks, every single stock I had, and I went all in on ETH. And my all in meant I could buy 6 Ethereum. So I did. I bought 6 Ethereum, and that was the most I had. I had a third of a Bitcoin back then, believe that or not. Like 0.30 of a Bitcoin I had at that point. And I even converted my Bitcoin into ETH. And that was part of how I got my 6 Ethereum. And ETH was $75, and then it went up to $675 or $700 very, very quickly. And I knew it would, and I knew it would keep going up, but I needed a car, so I sold it and bought a car. So I changed my life with it. But yeah, I'd have 6 Ethereum right now. That shit would be worth a lot more money if I would have had a car at that time. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother episode. But my point is conviction pays off. If you're looking at something, you fucking believe in it, don't let nobody talk shit or tell you or change your mind. Damn, dude. Because they're not gonna help you. They're not gonna give you shit. You have conviction in something, I don't care what it is. If you're, and you may lose, but at least you went for it. And, study, though. Don't just be convicted without studying. Put the fucking work in first. That's what I would leave you with tonight. Put the work in. Study what you're doing. Study it. Learn it backwards and forwards. Use the shit, right? Like, I don't even think I actually used Ethereum before I bought it. I just watched enough videos on it, and I knew how basic networking worked because I was into computers and shit. So I had a little bit of a background in computers. So that helped me believe in it more. I don't think if I didn't have a background in computers, I don't think I would have believed in it as much. So that helped. But if you're convicted in something and you've studied it, I guess that's the key. If you're convicted and you studied, and you're convicted because you've studied and you feel comfortable and you see the price is down, go for it, man. Pull that fucking trigger because you could change your life. And I'm not going to tell you what to buy. I'm just saying that's a good strategy, and it does pay off. And if you had to sell, so what? The markets are always going to be there, baby. You got to sell, you sell. If you need to buy back in later, you can buy back in. They're not going nowhere. There's no rush. Don't be in a rush to get rich. The name of the game is not about being rich. Learn your craft first. Learn what you're doing. Get good at it. Same thing with music. I'm doing music. The most important thing was for me to learn how to sing and play my guitar halfway decent so I could get through a song. And the next thing is like investing. Learn what you're doing. Get through. Don't lose money, right? Don't lose money. Get good enough where you don't lose. Make money, but you have to learn. You have to study. Part of studying is watching good people that are teaching you good shit. Don't listen to these influencers that are just telling you what to buy and when to do it. That's the worst kind of influencer to watch. Make sure you're following good people. Crypto Remora is good people, in my opinion. We will not lead you astray. We love you on the Crypto Remora. And that's going to wrap it up for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe. Help us get above 1,000, damn it. You know, we're 200 away. Just hit the freaking subscribe button. You don't have to watch every video. Just hit the sub button on YouTube. It's free. It takes 5 seconds. Please do that for us. It would help us out tremendously. We're going to do another stream on Monday. And, yeah, make sure you tune in Mondays. It's going to be Monday night.